Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. Today we have stall burn for Edison format. This is going to be a burn deck, obviously, that centers around stalling. If you guys like chain burn, or draw burn, or what's another one? We have nurse burn. We have a bunch of different burn decks for Edison format, so if you want to check those out as well, go ahead and check those out after this. Burn is one of my favorite win conditions. So let's get straight into it. And as we're doing that, I should also mention that if you guys like YUGIOH, Edison, obviously, if you're here, Tengu or hat format, we have it all here on the channel. So subscribe for more. We have a bunch of burn decks for YUGIOH format and those formats as well. So yeah, here we go. We're playing Marshmallow because it's limited to one. If you guys don't know what it does, it says after damage calculation, this card was attacked and it was face down at the start of damage step. The attacking player takes 1,000 damage, and then also this card cannot be destroyed by battle. So it's a burn card, and it can't be destroyed by battle. That sounds like stall to me. So this is the face of the burn stall deck, Marshmallow. Sometimes it's upside down face, sometimes it's right side up face. It could be happy or it could be sad. Flip it however you like it. All right, and next up, this one is basically Marshmallow without the burn. We got Spirit Reaper because it stalls. Like I said, both of these are limited to one, so you can't play more than that. Next up, no burn deck, not even a single one of them, would be complete without a Morphing Jar. Morphing Jar's flip effect that allows both players to discard their whole hand and then draw 5 cards is absolutely crazy for burn decks, because sometimes all you need is like a 2,000 or 3,000 more damage before they've been burned to death, and burn cards do a lot of damage. So being able to draw into 5 of them is pretty good. Or if you don't have a way of stalling, you draw on your stall cards, but Morphing Jar, you got to play it. Next up, we're playing 3 Stealth Bird. Stealth Bird is a once per turn burn 1,000. It says once per turn you can change this card to face down defense, and then when this card is flip summon, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So you're gonna set it out. It's got 700 defense. You're gonna flip it, burn 1,000, use its effect to reset it, and keep doing that every turn. As long as we install them, this card will stay on board. So we'll do 1,000 every turn. And then lastly, for the last monsters of the deck, we got these 3 Cyber Valleys. Cyber Valley is going to allow you to not only stall, but also draw. So Cyber Valley says that when this face-up card is selected as attack target, you can banish this card, draw a card, and end the battle phase. So it's going to just completely negate one battle phase from your opponent, and then get to draw. It also has that second effect that says it can banish another face-up card you control to draw 2 cards. So potentially flip your own Morphing Jar, draw 5, and then banish Cyber Valley with Morphing Jar. After drawing into Cyber Valley, normal summon the Cyber Valley, then banish and then draw 2 more. So it's really good. Get your burn engine going. All right, next up we have a few spells and then a crap ton of traps. So let's get into that. By the way, if there's any monsters you want to see, like Lava Golem or whatever, that I'm not playing, please let me know down below. First up, for the stall spells, we're playing the 1 Swords Revealing Light. It is limited to 1. You cannot play more than that. Same goes for this guy, level limit area B. He says change all face-up level 4 higher monsters to defense. And then because it's a continuous spell, they have to remain there. We're playing some of the chain burn cards, because chain burn cards are just generically some of the best burn cards. 2 Chain Strike, it is semi-limited. It says activate only as a chain link 2 or higher, inflict 400 damage to your opponent, times the chain link number of this card. You can activate this card if multiple cards / effects with the same name are in the chain. Next up, we have Dark Room of the Nightmare. We're playing 3 of those. Dark Room says each time your opponent takes damage from a card effect, except this card, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. So it's just going to keep doing cumulative burn damage, which I think is pretty nice. And that is actually it for the spells. Next up, we have a ton of traps. Let's move these up a little. To start off with, we're playing the stall traps, because again, we're a stall burn deck. We're playing the 1 Gravity Bind. It is limited to 1, so you can't play more than that. And we're playing the 1 Wall of Revealing Light. Gravity Bind is basically a trap version of level limit area B. It says level 4 or higher monsters cannot attack. And then Wall of Revealing Light says when you activate this card, pay any multiples of 1,000 life points. None of your opponent's monsters with attack equal to or less than the life points you paid can attack. So typically you'll pay like 2,000 or 3,000 based on what you're playing, but usually it's like 3 as long as you can. Then you just feel really safe. There's not many monsters with over 3,000 attack. Next up, we're playing 1 Mirror Force. is just generically a blowout trap, so it's going to help us stall and get done what we need to get done. Because we play a lot of continuous spells and traps, having a Solemn Judgment is never a bad option. Just some back row protection. Yeah. Next up, we have some generic burn cards. Playing Ceasefire, it's limited to 1. Playing 3 Just Desserts. Ceasefire will flip everything face up. Flip effects will not be activated, which is good against outing cards like Ryko. And then it'll do 500 points of damage for every single monster on the field. Effect monsters, actually. And then Just Desserts. This is going to do 500 damage to your opponent for each monster they control. So cards like Just Desserts and then Secret Barrel, which does 200 points for every card they control and is in their hand. These cards get progressively better as the game goes on. Because we're a stall burn deck, we're playing 3 Nightmare Wheel. It's going to help you stall your opponent. It says activate this card by targeting 1 monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack or change its battle position. When it leaves the field, destroy this card once per turn. During your standby phase, inflict 500 points damage to your opponent's life points. So it's going to be able to stop 1 monster, then do 500 every turn. Speaking of stalling / burning, we got Magic Cylinder. It's going to negate an attack, do damage equal to their attack. And then lastly, no burn deck would be complete without draw power. Like I said, just drawing into one of these crazy powerful burn cards can be a game sometimes. And then also because we play like chainable cards like Chain Strike, it's just nice to have different names. So we're playing 3 Jar of Greed. We're playing 3 Legacy of Yaudagrasu and 3 Reckless Greed. Drawing Reckless Greed in conjunction with another Reckless Greed is actually quite insane because the draw phases don't stack. You only skip the, let's say you activate 2 or even 3, you still just skip the 2 draw phases. It's not going to add up. So, and then also Legacy Yaudagrasu. These 2 both say draw 1 card, but Legacy Yaudagrasu has that second effect that says activate if your opponent controls a face-up spirit monster, draw 2 cards. So potentially it could come up if they're playing like a Dark Dust Spirit and Frog Monarch, for example. But yeah, that's it for the list, guys. If you have any changes that you would make, please let me know down below. I'm always looking at ways of innovating the decks. Unfortunately, this deck has been absolute slaughtered by the ban list compared to GOAT format. GOAT format, we had like 3 Solemn Judgment, protect our back row, 3 Wall of Revealing Light, double Level Up Mary B, double Gravity Bind. And then we didn't have as much burn power. Like Chain Strike doesn't exist, but the amount of burn cards we had was sufficient, especially with the amount of stall cards we had. But we do what we can with what we have in the moment. So this is my take on stall burn. Again, if I'm missing any crucial stall cards or burn cards, please let me know down below. And we will see you in the next one. Peace out.